I don't know which one will go up first, but I did a ranking of all my ColourPop Supershock shadows, and I tried to wash them off, and like, whoo, look at that staying power. There's just gonna pull these sleeves back down and ignore it. Hello, thanks for coming back to check out another video. I always want video and hello to like rhyme because they both end in O's, but let me preface that by telling you I can't rhyme, and I also can't do syllables. Like in elementary school they tried to teach you like the clappy thing, and it was just lost on me. So that's not what this video is about though. This is collection video time. So I'm not going to film these all in like one day. Like that just seems like such a daunting task, and I want to like break these up over the course of the next however long it takes. And because I know like collection videos aren't for everyone, but they're for me and they're for some of you. I know that because you've told me. So I'm going to film like this intro, and we're just going to do one today, and then it'll go up and blah blah blah. But I did want to tell you how I have currently grouped them. So obviously we can't really make any changes to like today's video, which is going to be primers, color corrector, concealers, and setting sprays. Because, and I'm so sorry, I forgot who mentioned it in my vanity tour video, but somebody left a very helpful comment that said like, hey, if you're going to do collection videos, you should do them in the order that you apply your makeup. So that's what I've tried to do, and like group similar items. I know setting sprays will be in today's video, which obviously that's my last step, but it just didn't work. Like it didn't feel right to have it in with like lip products, which would be the last video that I would put out. So yeah, and I'm going to tell you how I've broken up the other ones. And so if you have any suggestions, or if you're like, hey, this doesn't, you know, I don't think this makes sense, but if you move it, like this makes more sense. So video number 2 that you will see is foundations and powders. So that includes all of my loose and pressed powders in there. And then video number 3 is blushes, bronzers, and highlighters, which includes both cream and powder products. Like I think that video will probably honestly be the longest, unless I ramble a lot in this intro. And then number 4 is like miscellaneous eye products, brow products, and mascara. So miscellaneous eye products, I mean like eyeliners and things like that. Then video number 5, eyeshadow. That one probably too will take a long time because I'm just thinking of doing like all of my singles and palettes and things like that together. I'm not going to do one for my ColourPop Supershock shadows because I did a ranking video, and so that gives you like a good idea. Well, obviously it's my collection, so you know it just would be repetitive. And then number 6, video number 6 will be lip products. So if you have any suggestions or any advice or something, or if you want them broken down more, like if you just want 3 separate videos, like one dedicated to blush, one to bronzer, and one to highlighter, like just let me know. Like I'm open to suggestions and comments. But without further ado, let's just go over and go through primers, color correctors, concealers, and setting sprays. So yeah, here is all of my primers that I currently have. I have 8 in total that you see in front of you. The 3 at the top, the Makeup Revolution, the e.l.f., and the Catrice, are all pore filling primers. And then the ones at the bottom, I think this Milk Makeup one is kind of hard to see because it's a deluxe size, but all of these are just like standard primers. This Laura Mercier one I actually finished up today. It's just like a little sample size. There's no, like, I'm sure there's still stuff hanging out like up here on the top, but I'm just not about that life of like cutting open a primer. I will cut open most things, but just not a primer. Plus it wasn't something that I super enjoyed. Like it was a radiance primer, and I think it gave me like a nice glow, but it did not play well with all of my foundations. So that one is actually an empty. But anyway, my favorite pore filling primer that I have right now is actually this Catrice one, which is surprising because at the beginning of the year, like before I put this into my 21 by 2021 project pan, this was like my least favorite pore primer, and now it's probably my favorite. My least favorite one is actually this e.l.f. one, which is supposed to be a dupe for the Tatcha primer. And you can tell like I've used quite a good bit of it. I am going to finish it off. Like it's not that atrocious that I can't finish it, but it just, I don't like it because of the way that it's packaged. Like I would much rather have this in like a squeezy tube than this. So, and then this Ulta Beauty Hydrating Face Primer, I'm pretty sure is breaking me out, and I've used maybe about half of it, I think, and so I don't want to just like throw it away. There's nobody in my life that would actually want this. So if you have any ideas on like how to use this other than putting it on my face, because I don't want to deal with breakouts, I would be very thankful to you for any suggestions. And then these other, I've tried the Too Faced one, which is fairly nice. I mean, I don't really have an opinion on it because I was really trying to use up the Laura Mercier one. And then I have not touched these two whatsoever. I'm kind of saving this Milk Makeup Hydro Grip one. This was a point perk, I believe, at Sephora at one point. And I got this because I really want to save this and try this out in the summer up here when it's the hottest, because it gets so humid where I live and makeup just like falls off my face. So I really want to see if this like kind of makes a difference and helps my makeup stay better in the summer. But yeah, so that is my primer collection. All right, so then our next category is color correctors, and I only have one, and that is quite all right with me. I only want the one because what I have a problem with is like I will find something in my collection that like I'm very happy with, but then I'll hear other people hype another product and I'm like, oh, but I want to try it. And like, that's one way that I've ended up with like so much excess. So yeah, I've heard a lot of other people hype various color correctors, but this next one, it's in the, I think it's like in the shade Fair. Yeah, Fair, if it'll focus. But it's just like this great peach color corrector. This does a really good job of like canceling out my blue under eyes, like the blueness that I get in the corners of my eyes and like the veins on my eyelids. So this works for me. I have no issues with it. I'm just going to keep using this one, and when this one runs out, like I will just replace it with this exact same thing. Like I need to get out of that mindset of like, oh, but so-and-so really likes this product, like let me go for something that I have no experience with and give up like the thing that I actually like. Makes no sense. All right, so concealer is a little bit embarrassing for me because these four are unopened. Like 3 of them are still in the box, and then this one from Makeup Revolution, I don't know if you'll be able to tell, but like the plastic seal is still on it. Like, what am I doing with my life here, you guys? I do have to say though, I am really proud of myself. I do have a completed, finished, everything dug out of the bottle possibly, Tarte Shape Tape concealer in my empties bin. This one obviously was the backup that I bought that I did not need. So the 2 that are currently open is this Ulta Beauty one, and it's a full coverage waterproof concealer. I have it in the shade Light Cool, I believe. I don't know if it will focus on like that tiny writing, but it is in the shade Light Cool. It's all of $9, and I don't really have a problem with this concealer. I think it works great. It does the job. It doesn't look cakey. It doesn't like sink into any like fine lines or anything like that. However, it goes by so quickly. Like I've already had to remove the stopper out of it, and now I'm taking like my little beauty tool, wherever it is, this thing, like I have to sanitize this off and dig out product. So this is like maybe a week's worth left, and I just don't feel like I get a lot of bang for my buck out of these. Like I plow through these. This is probably going to be like the 4th one in total that I've used up. And so while there's no problem with it, it is not one that I would recommend if you feel like you go through concealer quickly. And then I have the other opened one that I have is the Too Faced Born This Way. I have it in the shade Fairest, which isn't exactly like the greatest match, obviously. I do tend to buy my concealers like 1 shade to 2 shades below like my foundation because I do like the brightening effect. However, this is a little bit too light for me. I think it's fine right now in the winter where I'm pretty pale, but as we get into summer, like I might have to put this one back. So I really want to try to make as much headway on it right now while we're still in winter till probably about, we're still in winter, and I'll probably still be able to pull it off up until like March. And then yeah, I can't really speak on these 4 because Well, I mean, I can tell you, like, I do like Tarte Shape Tape. However, I think it's just a little bit thick. And so while I have this one, this might be the last Tarte Shape Tape that I buy. I'm not sure though. I haven't like made that final decision. But then like I have this one from It Cosmetics. It's the Bye Bye Under Eye Foundation, or not foundation, concealer. And it is in the shade Light. Again, haven't opened it, so I can't really tell you how I feel. I have the ColourPop No Filter Concealer in the shade Light 10. Again, can't tell you. I've heard that this though oxidizes really bad on people, so if you've like used this and you feel like that happens to you, like let me know just so I can be prepared. And then like I said, the Makeup Revolution one, the it's the super size, which was a great value because I think this was only like $9 for this massive amount of product. It is in the shade C3. So yeah, that is all of my concealer collection. Alright, so the last thing we will go over in this particular part of the, well, not this part of the video, this video, is setting sprays. So this one I want to pick up first. This is not the Heritage Store Rosewater Glycerin. There's like hardly any left in here, but it's actually an Ofra makeup fixer. I like this Ofra setting spray. I think it does a really good job of like blending all the powder like products into your face. But the sprayer on this is just atrocious. So I actually like moved it over into this empty spray bottle. And so this one is almost done. And then I got this one for Christmas. So very happy. But I'm going to try to hold off, since this is my newest one, on using it and make sure I like use these other ones and like form an opinion on these. So then yeah, I have this Laura Geller Spackle Mist. I have no idea how this will play. It says that it's like a prime, set, and refresh. And so this gives me like similar vibes to the Smashbox Photo Focus Primer Water. And that I was never able to use as like a setting spray. I had to use it as like a, not a refresher, as almost like a facial spray. Like before I put on any makeup, I could put this on and then it like helped hydrate my skin a little bit. The Smashbox one, like I don't know about this one. I have not like opened it or tested it. This Tarte one is the Ready Set Radiant. I have used, I don't know, like you guys are on like a downward angle, so I don't know how to like show you. Plus the packaging is really opaque for this, but I have used like quite a good bit. If I like hold it up straight, we're right at this like ready like wording right here. So I've used quite a good bit of it. I don't like this. I like the smell of it. It smells like cucumbers and it's very refreshing, but this again, it does nothing to help with like my makeup or blending like the powder down or anything. So I have been using this after like I do my skincare, and I let that settle in for like 30 minutes to an hour before I do my makeup. And so then I'll spray this on my face before I do like all my primers and stuff, just to put back in some like hydration. So that's how I've been using this one. And then I have yet to try out this Too Faced Hangover Primer. I got this with the actual primer as like a deal. It just seemed like a really good deal. I wasn't currently like on my no buy, and so I picked it up, and I've yet to like use this. So yeah, I can't really speak very much about all of my setting sprays because some of them I have yet to use. And I'm really trying better to not get so like hyper focused on things. Like none of these are in a project pan, but there's just like something in my head where it's like, well, you have to finish off this Ofra, and you can open this one because you're using it for something like in a different way, but you have to finish this off before you can break into this one, and you need to finish this off before you can test this one out. Like I don't know how to like get over that like hump, but we're working on it. So yeah, that was it for this collection video. Hopefully it's not like too terribly long. But then the next one you can look out for will be foundations and powders. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. And if you have any like suggestions, or if you have any of these products like in your life and you have opinions about them, please let me know down below. But until then, I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.